Hello, Artshare fam. Happy Friday. Happy everyday. Happy yay day. I wanted to talk today about humility. That topic has come up a lot this week. And I did have someone ask me, as an artist who's already so very humbled, they didn't say humble, said humbled, feels debased in the culture, feels very low on the totem pole, low energetically. How do you focus on humility and gratitude and imbue that into your art? And I had a very frank conversation with them, and essentially we just came to the conclusion that you don't have to. You don't have to be humble. You don't have to be grateful. You don't have to be rosy. You just have to, if you're working with me as a coaching client, you just have to stay creative, stay prolific. And if you can't create for any reason, you can't do anything creative for any reason, at the heart of that is staying honest with yourself. And a lot of times it's very convenient for those in a position of comfort or power or wealth, or think of any number of things, to ask you to just be a little bit more humble or a little more grateful. We didn't have to work with you. We didn't have to hire you on as an artist. We didn't have to XYZ, It's a very quick way to devalue your art. I've had clients say to me, oh, well, I just use this app and I could do the exact same thing you're doing. I could just get, like, one example, I could just get vocals from a vocal bank. Vocalists don't do arrangements in vocal banks. I'm a vocalist that can do their own arrangements. I can help you as a producer when you do playbacks. I can help you audit the sound quality. I have years of experience. Vocal banks are great, but they're not living, breathing human beings. Some benefactors or some grantors or some clients want to work with a real artist and want to support local artists or want to support artists from various walks of life, or female, or maybe, young male artist or queer male artist, or whatever it would be, or just an artist who's just good. He just really is awesome at his craft, and I just want to support him. He inspires me. He inspired my wife. He inspired my kids. There's a lot of magic in art that isn't necessarily explicable. It's just there, and it moves people to feel better or feel worse. Get their feelings out, express themselves, get to the next good place, cherish memories, all kinds of things. It doesn't have to involve humility. And especially, times are just so turbulent right now, and in a timeless manner, I can't remember what the video title was, but Russell Brand had this great video that he just published on YouTube about the timelessness of events, and how no matter how turbulent the times are, there are timeless things that we can continue to focus on. Humility is just one of those things, but use your heart, use your heart and discern. If someone's pressing you to be humble or you should be grateful, where is that coming from? Is that your higher power telling you that? Is that someone who is saying that for convenience for themselves or out of self-interested reasons, and if you find it's not an occasion for you to be humble, that doesn't mean you have to be bitter. It doesn't mean you have to lash out. I just strongly advocate for not striking back. It's not a very popular viewpoint because clapping back and all that sass is very, very in right now. It's very on trend, but I'm just not a fan of that. I don't think it helps you. I don't think it helps your art. I think it wastes a lot of time. I think it saps a lot of your energy. It's a distraction. So my answer is, how do you feel more humble? Why do I have to be a more humble artist or a more humble person when I already feel so low and so debased? Part of my answer in the discussion was you don't have to be. Another part of my answer was that you're not low. You're not low, you're not debased. If you feel that way, you're in a state of confusion and you're granting power to someone else. No one has the power to make you low or debased in your soul. And so a nice balm, a nice remedy for that is kindness. Kindness, love, compassion. You might not have the energy to extend that to others. That's fine. You can still do no harm and just not put any energy out there. It doesn't have to be extra kind, extra loving. You can take all that energy and direct it to yourself, direct it to your craft, direct it to your friends, family, animals, your environment. When you're already giving the generosity of a gift, whether it's art or your time or your love or your labor, and you're asked to give more, you're asked to give more because it's convenient for others, or you're asked to give more just because it's expected of you because of your walk of life or your station or what you look like, what you smell like, whatever the person's assumptions are. If you do give that generosity of time, energy, or art, donate art, it's always your choice. And so if you've made that choice, even if you realize subconsciously that you've made that choice, accept, know that you've made that choice, know that you're at choice. Remember the reasons why you made that choice or why you make the choice. It continues to remind you how empowered you are and that you're not low. There are a lot of people that are going to have an opinion about you or your art, that it's lowbrow art or not cool or not valuable. Let the ragers rage. That's just going to be a part of the experience. When you create, when you exist, when you're on the planet, you're going to get reactions from people, and you want reactions. You want reactions to your art. You don't want people to just ignore it, not say anything, not have any emotion, or be so jealous or conflicted or confused they don't say anything. You want some kind of feedback. It doesn't mean you have to respond to it or clap back, unless you so choose. But so the bottom line here is you're at choice. You're not low. Your art's not low. And seeing yourself as valuable and your art as valuable is such a precious thing to do for yourself, whether or not you share your art with the world. Life can be humbling in itself in many ways, and it also can be uplifting. And it can remind you how valuable you are. And I find that when you ask the questions, how can I add value? How can I see value here? Not my value, just how can I add value? What's the value here? You start to feel more valuable. You start to feel more a part of the world, and that reflects in your art, and that reflects in your buyers. You find buyers. The more you treasure your art and what you do, the more people notice, and they'll notice in ways that surprise you, delightfully surprise you, and it's humbling. It's humbling.